and present your bills as you would like. I know that you have several that you have sponsored.
Thank you very much, Senator. It's good to be here today. It's good to see you all. Appreciate that. Senator Craven, Representative Farnsworth, and members of the Health and Human Services Committee. My name is Ken Fredette, and I serve as the House Republican leader, and I'm proud to represent House District 25, which includes the towns of Crinner, Exeter, Newport, Plymouth, and part of Cornwall. I'm pleased to be here today as a sponsor of LD 1815, an act to require a work search for job-ready applicants for benefits under the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program. I've introduced this bill originally last fall because Maine's welfare system is broken and something must be done. I think we can all agree, regardless of party, that we should encourage people to work, to value work over welfare, and that transitioning welfare recipients to full-time jobs should be the ultimate goal. To that end, this bill would require that job-ready applicants for the TANF program apply at least for 3 jobs before receiving benefits. I would be in trouble because
did you bring us anything?
I didn't, but I will. Representative Tardy is going to be the one that was going to be in trouble, and so I'll tell him that the former Republican leader.
We'll be waiting. Yeah. We'll be waiting because it is at it's at the end of the session, so we need some payments for that.
My guess is he probably did that on purpose, so I'll ask him that as well. To that end, this bill would require that job-ready applicants of the TANF program apply for at least 3 jobs before receiving benefits. I want to be clear on a few points. This requirement would apply only to individuals who fall within the department's classification of quote-unquote job-ready, meaning that they are able-bodied and not of any kind of immediate danger. Further, it simply requires TANF applicants to apply for jobs and to submit the names and contact information of the employers with whom they have applied. This requirement is similar to the verifiable work search record that must be kept by those receiving unemployment insurance. Applicants may apply for work in a manner of ways, including online or in person. The work search before welfare requirement is important both in principle and in practice. Hard-working taxpayers are tired of providing benefits to those who either don't need them or take advantage of them, and as a matter of principle, those who are able to work should be expected to put in an effort to ask for work before they are asking for welfare. Practically speaking, in many of the 19 states where this law has been enacted, from liberal Vermont to more conservative Georgia, they have seen decreases in the number of people applying for TANF benefits. This tells us that there may be some people out there who are able to work but who don't want to search for a job. Frankly, this is a sentiment I hear from some of my constituents all the time. It's unfortunate because there are many truly needy people out there who want to work but just need help. Maine taxpayers are willing to help them. But the looser our welfare system is, the more people grow tired of funding it, and that is ultimately detrimental to our neediest citizens. Let's bring some accountability to our welfare system and not wear down Maine taxpayers' tolerance for funding it. One important thing I hope the committee will consider in the work session on the bill, there are federal fines racked up by Maine's TANF system. We have heard a lot about the $13 million in fines imposed by the federal government from 2007 to 2010. Fines imposed because only about 10% of the 2 adult households receiving TANF benefits meet the federal work requirements. We have heard about these fines within the context of the bill to eliminate work search exemptions, but this bill to require an upfront work search requirement would also improve Maine's TANF compliance rate and prevent future federal penalties. Finally, I'd like to add that I understand the perils of poverty. I lived in it myself growing up in Washington County, where my father struggled to support his large family through cold Maine winters. When I was a kid, welfare benefits were a bit harder to come by, and we didn't see the intergenerational culture of dependence that you see today. Welfare wasn't a lifestyle, it was something that people avoided because they saw it as a last resort. I offer this bill as a true good faith attempt to gain bipartisan support for welfare reform. If there is something the committee would like to amend, I would welcome any suggestion. Let's have a conversation about welfare reform. With that, I am happy to answer any questions that the committee may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Fredette. First, I would like people who came in just a little bit late because the House got out late to introduce themselves. We'll start with Representative.
Thank you. I'm Deb Sanderson. I represent District 52, which is Chelsea, Whitefield, Washington, Somerville, part of Jefferson, and
I'm Richard Malaby. I live in Hancock. I represent House District 34. I'd be remiss if I didn't say happy birthday to my wife, Liz, who on the 5-year anniversary of my death, will be beatified.
Good afternoon, my name is Matt Peterson. I live in Rumford and I represent House District 92, which includes the towns of Andover, Rumford, Roxbury, Byron, Wells, Sandy River, and Rangeley Plantation, plus the unorganized territories of West Central Franklin and Madrid Township.
And good afternoon, I'm Heather Saraki, and I am proud to represent the individuals of House District 128, which is part of Scarlet.
Senator Jim Hamper, Senate District 13, Western Maine.
Thank you. Are there questions for Representative Fredette from the committee? Yes. Representative Kay.
So on our desk today, we have from the Office of Legal Policy and Legal Analysis details all about temporary assistance for needy families, TANF, and it starts with definitions. I heard you talk about able-bodied, and we hear an awful lot about able-bodied people in the State House, but it's not a definition. So what does able-bodied mean to you? Who does it include? Who doesn't include? And why?
Well, you know, I think that the question of who's able-bodied, I think, could be looked at in many different ways. I think we see many people who maybe 20 or 30 years ago, for example, that didn't have a capacity to work, have the capacity to work today. I think even with the passage of, obviously with the internet and computers today, there's all kinds of people that can be able-bodied. And so I'm going to let the experts in the department work with that definition. I'm going to let you as the experts on the committee work with that definition.
So we're not going to hear, as the sponsor of the bill, you talked about able-bodied people, but we'll let that one go.
I have some good fellow Republicans on the committee who I'm sure will be more than apt to be able to work that definition as part of the bill.
Other questions for Representative Fredette? Seeing none, thank you very much.
And I would like to also thank Representative Malaby's wife for letting her borrow us. So, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.